are back talking a little fireside sips with one of my favorites, Rob Statham, the Drunken Grape. And Rob, I think it's been over a decade.
You've
been on the show?
a decade.
Right?
It was November of 10 years ago, 2014, when I was with Groovy Grapes, that I took over the segments from Stacy.
Yeah.
Because they had a problem getting credible people on TV, and they literally threw me the football and said, "Here,
go."
And what I didn't tell them was, I spent years as an assistant cruise director, and I hosted events that it was on a mic and stage all the time. So I said to them, it might be a little rusty. They're like, "What do you mean rusty?" I said, "Don't worry, I'll be rusty, but I'll be okay."
And you have been, Rob. It's been such a pleasure, and you're so knowledgeable, and that's why I've always loved having you on the show, because you do your work. Right?
It's fun.
And you love it. Like, I love it. I don't know if we've ever talked about, like, how did you get into this? Like, how did you even start?
So I was in the cruise line industry, and then I went to IT for a few years.
Okay.
Had a business, actually. I had an unscrupulous partner. God rest his soul, he's gone. But there was problems with that. So that fell apart. And at the time, I picked up a side gig bartending at the Marriott Hotel.
Really?
At Ottawa, the Ottawa Marriott.
Right.
The flagship Marriott at the time. And I was going to study project management and do my P&P. And my father looked at me, and I grew up with him making wine and beer. He was a commander in the Navy, and he goes, "Don't waste your time. You can always go back there. Why don't you get into wine and beer? You're already halfway in." I'm like,
okay, Dad. There we go.
You know what? I listened to him, and it worked out.
And history was made, right?
History was made.
You've got some great ideas for that fireside sip. Some of these, of course, probably going with your traditional dinner. Where do you want to start here today, Rob?
Well, we can start off on the light stuff, the beer. I mean, I don't have sparkling wine here, but I have a Pilsner. So Pilsners, they have a lot of effervescence. It's not a heavy beer. It's an intro beer, or something you could pair with a salad. You've got bready notes, white bread notes, citrus notes. And it's a great way to just have a toast or a cheers to start off the feast.
Right.
Everyone a little sip of beer.
Yeah,
if you don't have that, Prosecco, I always find is a better recommendation. It's funny because I had to do this kind of presentation for SCN, a networking business group. Big shout out to them and Dottie Boivin, who started that. But I had to talk and present for 10 minutes on how you could host your own holiday party or Christmas party. So I was writing up the segment for this. I'm like, what?
That is awesome.
What synergy is that? So you've got a Hogarten, which is a Belgian Whit Bier, wheat beer, explosive notes of coriander, citrus peel, clove, just got some weight to it.
It's really
wonderful
nice
with things like goat cheese and cranberry and a salad of greens, or just on its own. And then we have one of my favorites. So that's Ace Hill, the Pilsner out of Toronto. They're a good brewery out of Toronto. Dominion City Brewing.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're the best brewer in Ottawa.
Yeah, really,
I think that.
And that's saying a lot, because we've got a lot of great brewers now.
I think Flora Hall's right near the apex of that, too.
Yeah.
But these guys, this is a dark saison. So this is a farmhouse ale. You got the cranberry notes. That's going to pair with your turkey dinner and your cranberry fixings.
Nice.
This one also has, because it's dark, it'll have like prune and plum notes in it.
Okay.
And that will lend itself to pair more so even with the gravy, because it's got some caramelized notes in it as well.
Nice.
And then moving along, we've got our 4 wine options that you can sip on. Don't forget, you can substitute the Saison for a stout. Stouts are great. I always love stouts by the fireplace in cold weather. But you have a Chardonnay, you have a Pinot Noir. Chardonnay, if you're a white wine lover, this is explosive with turkey. Or some type of vegetarian dish. If you're not into turkey, that's, there's a lot of people that are like that. My girlfriend's a pescatarian.
Right.
So this is going to hold up with trout or salmon, as is the Pinot Noir. And I think Norman Hardy's got the best expressions of these 2 varietals in Canada.
So is this Chardonnay, only because Chardonnay is my favorite, but is this sort of a vanilla buttery on that side of things?
Yeah,
because that makes sense with the turkey.
French oak follows the whole, it's very Burgundian in style. Jancis Robinson rates this very highly.
Okay.
It's 16.5 out of 20 points. So on the 100-point Robert Parker scale that slides, and nobody looks at a wine under 80 because that's like a failure, it would be probably a 92, 93, 95 points. It would score very highly.
Very nice. All right, let's move to this. That looks like a more robust red here.
This is Artemis. This is Stag's Leap Winery. This is from the winery that defeated the French in the blind tasting of the Judgment of Paris in May of 1976.
Really?
It beat out all the Bordeaux favorites, put California on the epicenter of Cab Sauv on the map. They make the
French
best.
Must have had a fit.
Now, this is an elite bottle. This is about $100 a bottle if you want to go step up to the good stuff.
Okay.
Why not? And
Well, it's the holidays,
we
right?
got Zinfandel to do a toast to.
Oh, that is nice.
Zinfandel's my favorite because
really?
it's jammy.
Okay.
For a Christmas turkey, it is because
Right.
it's jammy. It's got a lot of opulence. It's got a lot of flavor. Originally, this grape is the same grape as Primavito in Italy. If you want the lighter version of it, they're genetically the same. The grape comes actually from the Dalmatian coast in Croatia. But things to remember when you're putting together the dinner, just a slight toast to you, my friend, our final episode.
Thank you.
Cut, complement, contrast, balance. And in a drink, you're going to want to look at balance, length, integration, and concentration of flavor.
How do I keep that all in my head?
Just
Rob?
remember Blick and the 3 C's and the B. It's really easy.
Do you have any room left before the holidays if somebody's interested
Well, this
in
one's
a group
tight
event?
and tough, but
Yeah,
if they try to book it, maybe. But we're already starting to look into January and beyond.
Okay.
But there's something I really just want to say, to anyone watching this, even the Rogers exec, it's a travesty to cut local television.
Well, I mean, we continue, Rob. I mean, this show, we just don't have, the resources to do it, but we'll continue to do local television. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, well, that part at least is preserved.
This place is going nowhere. Nobody panic about that. We're still covering Ottawa 67's hockey. We've got our multicultural shows. We've got new food shows that we're going to be doing, workout shows. So, Rogers TV's not going anywhere.
But daytime brought so much vibe to society.
Hey, I don't disagree with you, man.
Look at the panel today.
It's been a great run.
Yeah, awesome chef. You have Julie and Mom in the know with
we'll
the
be back
food,
to
all
wrap things up right after this.
Cheers.
Don't
Thanks,
go
buddy.
anywhere. Cheers.